Noxie's is first with the hydrate. Although technically Nugget was here first. Ha! Hydration complete. It was so good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, that would have been a cool approach to it. I like that. I could be behind that. Like an alternate universe where he doesn't get. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Fair. No, I think that's a solid. I think that's a solid. I would think that would be a solid, cool, solid one. What a pity. Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Yeah, I kind of thought that that it would end up being like the kaiju just ended up eating other dead kaiju. Like that was the like they'd be like a piranha type deal. But I'm happy with. I'm very happy with where it went. Mm-hmm. Emergency. So fucking slaps. It slaps. It slaps. Fucking the nugget. She says the opening slaps. It does. It does slap. Mm-hmm. Alright, chat. We're just waiting for Sleepy to be done their intro. And then we can start. That's very uncommon for anime. I thought it was very weird. But I enjoyed it immensely. Ah. Same, same, same. Ooh. Boop, 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 boop. Bum bum bada bum. This way, like each other day. Down in Fraggle Rock. Boop. We've now moved past the anime portion of my playlist at the current moment. We're now listening to Fraggle Rock. But my intros take forever. All right. I'm gonna switch screens because I'm sure you guys are tired of just looking at my starting soon screen.
Yeah, no, I was just buying time because I figured you were still setting stuff up because you were on your starting soon screen.
Oh.
Hi, Chad. Yeah.
But it's a new brownie boy. He's so new and shiny.
And he's sitting on your head on my end.
It's a brownie boy.
I actually might need to move that because yeah, your head is just firmly shoved up his booty.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh, geez, Phoenix, don't sound like you enjoy it too much. Damn.
Hold on, I've been told that I need to show the whole body. Oh no, show the whole body. I'm working on it. I can't. It's not letting me move him.
Oh wow, no, it's moving you two as a group on my end. I don't know why it's doing that. I know for a fact I didn't add you both.
I had to put him on an angle when I did this the first time. Now he's not angling.
There we go. I removed. I think I know what the problem is. I'll have to fix that later. For now, though.
Yeah. It's Hobbs.
Now, though.
You can shrink me.
Look at the toe beans. Chat, look at the toe beans.
I got Dragon all set up. Let me Let me get the Fugi for Brownie
Chat,
then.
look at his feet. Look at his grippers, chat. For free. For free, chat. Look at his grippers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ah!
Let's see here. Copy.
Uh-oh. He might actually be stuck this big. This could potentially be a
Browser.
problem.
Why am I enormous?
I was showing the grippers.
Yeah, chat. We're all professionals here. We know exactly what we're doing.
Exactly
For free.
what we're doing.
Oh, by the way, apparently, fun fact about Bocchi is that the director intended to distort the voice actor's audio for a screech scene, but the voice actor did such a good job of doing an unhealthy eldritch scream that they left it untouched.
Yeah, I can easily
Yes.
see that.
I can see that too. All right, we're going to turn Iron Mouse off, and then we are going to start Anibites, the anime podcast, brought to you by me, Phoenix. All right, hold on.
I don't know
I'm
why,
a-
but part of me was like, brought to you by Gamer Subs, which is a false.
Who's today's sponsor?
Use code Hydra for 10% off your next order.
Or you could use code Mega.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Chipotle
Chipotle
sponsors.
is live. So Nugget is sick and is unable to join us today. But you will be able to hear her sometimes yelling in the background. Don't ignore
Yeah,
her. She's not here. It's a figment of your imagination.
That's true.
Aren't we all figments of each other's imagination?
Sleepy, stop taking your meds, man. I'm gonna disappear. All right. Anyway, welcome.
Actually, you know what? I don't believe you're fake because I don't want to have the ability to create someone as twisted as you with my imagination, Phoenix.
Yeah.
No.
Use code Hydra. Mega's close to a flavor. We want Gripper Grog, chat. We want Gripper Grog.
I hope they actually call it that.
Oh, she fucking better. Anyway.
They got some pretty out of pocket like flavors, so I can see it.
Oh, well, yeah. And she's already got an established brand, whether she likes it or not. Gripper Grog exists in her community.
Hashtag blame France.
Hashtag blame France. Hashtag blame bottom France. Mm-hmm.
And for reference, chat, France is a person, not the country.
Yeah, we're not blaming France, the country, at the moment. We'll let you know when we switch.
I feel
all right.
obligated. I feel obligated to mention that because every time we made fun of him, he was just like, "Please, just use my full name or say the person. I don't want to get in trouble with the country." And we're just like, "Well, you're not on their radar."
That's how France has an international warrant after his arrest. All right. Anyway,
I like the idea of somebody
Yes,
signing paperwork, and they just have to like put in brackets or quotations the
not
person.
the person, not the country.
All right, let's get back on topic.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Anibites, the anime podcast. This is episode 14, and we are covering Bocchi the Rock. This is Sleepy's choice, so that means we will be handing the reins over to him, so we can start talking about this anime, and we're gonna see where it goes and how we liked it. So Sleepy, tag you're it, baby.
All right. Well, first, I know I did this on my stream, but I'll do it now that we're on your stream. These are my co-hosts here, Phoenix 322 VT.
Hi.
And Odad Brownie. You can call them Phoenix and Brownie, or Brownie and Stinky Dragon. Either one works.
Stinky corpse style.
Anyways, well, one of the first questions I'll ask you is, how were you introduced to Bocchi the Rock? Did you actually just like see it on an anime list and decide to pick it up, or were you introduced to it kind of like I was through like the memes?
You posted this is what we were watching this week, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. So matter of fact.
So wait, was this actually your first time, Phoenix?
Yeah. Nope. I did not know this existed.
Really?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
not a clue.
I color me surprised just because Brownie and Cream, when we mentioned it, we're both like, "Oh yeah, no, we've seen this." We'll gladly rewatch it again.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I would like to say that this is now the second anime that Sleepy has chosen that didn't have a fucking dub. I had to read the entire time.
Really, I thought it had a. God damn, I keep choosing things that don't have dubs. Well, luckily, the next thing I choose, I know it's going to be a couple of weeks from now, but I know for a fact that has a dub, so you won't have to worry about that.
Fair.
So yeah, according to Cream, she said she saw it on the scheduled anime list.
For me, yeah, sort of the same deal. I have been a fan of Cloverworks, the studio that did the animation for it. So anytime I'm looking at like a list of scheduled anime that's happening like next season, I kind of do go out of my way to be like, what's this studio doing? Because they generally do some like one or two things every season, and it's just like, oh, they're working on Spy Family. Oh, they're working on Dress Up Darling. Oh, they're working on et cetera, et cetera. Not too long ago they did Windbreakers, which was one of Phoenix's choice. Like
And unlike this one,
I
it actually had a dub.
and like when it came to this one, it was just like, oh, I is this going to be like K-On? Is this going to be like just some girls happy go lucky, everybody
Girls,
goes into a band, slice of life, cute girls doing cute things?
I mean, kinda.
Yes and no. I did not know we were going to go into
It's like if I had to
the
give it a description,
extreme.
it's like K-On meets It's Not My Fault I'm Not Popular.
Oos. Yeah,
Oosa,
you're not
oosa.
wrong. Holy crap.
For those of you who know that one. So,
Mhm.
so and for anyone who doesn't know that, basically just think cute girls in a band club, but one of them has crippling social anxiety.
Yeah, she
And
does.
she
Yeah,
does.
she does.
Seriously does.
And like I said before, I was introduced through the memes, and if on my stream you can see like two of the memes on screen right now. Because I
I
always on my stream I always have a funny little gif on the bottom from the show, and then the top is just me, just whatever picture I'm showing at that moment. So yeah, those are
Fair.
both current, like some of the memes that introduced me into it.
Well, I think that it's like Nugget, just as Nugget said, it's like her for real, for real. We all know that Nugget secretly wanted to join a band in high school and sing at a festival concert. It's her for real, for real.
Well, I know
For real, for real.
well, I know I can't speak for every
This is actually true.
streamer. I know I can't speak for every streamer out there, but I know a lot of us have like social issue or not, yeah, social anxiety issues in some way, some more extreme than others. So like, yeah, I know that this show probably resonated with a lot of people when they first saw it.
Police, scatter chat.
Just ignore them. They're searching for my long pig meat. They'll never find it
Mhm.
because I ate it all.
Oh no, I accidentally, by making a joke, I accidentally unlocked Nugget trauma. I feel bad.
Noxel says, I don't know. I was in choir and did a musical in high school, so that counts, I guess. Lol. I mean, yeah. Like everyone resonates with it on a certain level, because even if you personally don't like share that level of social anxiety, I feel like you at least know somebody who shares that kind of social anxiety.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna go off the rails just for a moment here. The moment I saw episode 1, I know that I watched this streamer. I think some of you have probably heard of her, Numi.
Numi.
Yeah, like I I've not watched the show. I've not put a time aside put aside the time to see it. And she was like, "Bocchi's me for real, for real." And then like just watching her streams alone, and then seeing episode 1, I'm just like, "Damn, she really is you for real, for real."
You know, that I hadn't made the connection, but now that you pointed that out, she is Numi. This is Numi 100%. and I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's
no, like
funny.
it is crazy how similar they are.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's going off the rails. Uh, so I guess the first question I would ask is, what did you think of like some of the interesting gags and animations they did?
I mean,
Ooh.
I
Um, as I mentioned before, um, I am a fan of Cloverworks as a studio, and I do think they really knocked it out of the park with like displaying how much certain things bother Bocchi. Whether it's like her making wild faces or her retreating into a cardboard box or a trash can, they
fucking
did a
mood.
fantastic job.
Yamcha hole.
That's way later, but yeah.
Oh. Mm,
And you, Phoenix, what was your take?
I mean, I thought it was I thought it was great. I mean, I thought the gags were relevant enough where they could throw them in anywhere and it wouldn't take you out of the story. Because I know in past episodes we have talked about how that's kind of like a thin line, or a on ranging from like, okay, yeah, we were in a moment and then they did something silly and it's like, fuck, now I can't go back to the moment. I
Yeah,
think they did an amazing job with that, as Cloverworks tends to do anyway. Um, but
yeah, because I've seen gag manga that do it too much, and that's why they're in the gag manga
yeah,
territory, and that's
yeah.
why I can't get into them. But anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No,
Continue.
I also did enjoy the fact that they hung out and Bocchi was in the ripe mango box, and then the manager was like, "Yeah, ripe mango chan."
Thank you
It's
for
like, I
giving
don't
me a
have your
nickname. I
name.
really appreciate it.
And then they had to come in and go like, "No, that's not a nickname. Stop it."
Stop giving people weird nicknames.
Nicknames.
Stop.
Because I did, I guess stumble on it would be the right word for it. I did find out like yes, some of that social anxiety and some of these gags are in the original manga, but
Mhm.
like but like the animators for the anime just like saw that and just like took free reign to do some of the gags that you saw that you loved. And I believe the manga people still loved it. Like let me rephrase that, the manga author. And I personally think that even without those gags, this was a very good story, and I think the gags only just enhanced it because they didn't overstay their welcome or focus too much on them, I should say.
Mhm.
I've got a side
The
question. Oh, go for it, Brian.
oh, okay. We can only sidestep this topic so much, but what are your guys' opinion on like the psychological discussion about this series about Bochi's social anxiety being so great that it prevents her from like working a normal job, even communicating at what some people would consider a basic level.
I mean, it's a very real it's a very real thing to be potentially so anxious in a social environment that you become almost nonverbal. Um, you see that a lot within a certain demographic of mental issues, um, and it they did a good job at keeping it light, but not overly kind of generalizing it. They made it sure it was very Bocchi central, and I think that's very important with that issue. Um, that being said, I think that it's um, the fact that they are pushing themselves to try to get over that is a good sign. Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do agree with everything Phoenix says, and and I'm gonna say this beforehand, not to diminish anyone who resonates with Bochi on that level and sees the anime is actually doing that. Maybe it's just because I've seen so many other anime and cartoons that like blow it out of proportion. I feel like to me that it is blown out of proportion. It's not that bad. It's just for comedic effect. But I do know that people really do go through that struggle every day, and
Mhm.
I like I said, I don't feel. To me, it feels like it's just the comedic level of it being
Mhm.
enhanced for yeah, it's enhanced for
Uh,
comedic effect. It's not that strong, but I do understand that people really do go through that,
yeah,
and
some people have like the crippling anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I literally can't do anything because yeah,
yeah,
etc.
Yeah.
and I don't, and it's just my view. I don't think my view should hurt the other people's view, and I do wish the best for them. And if Bocchi actually is like that, and I'm not reading it too well, which you're allowed to believe, I believe as well, then good for her. Thumbs up, two thumbs up.
If I mean, I think if you're gonna go down the route of just psychological stuff, I think each kind of band member signifies some sort of um, kind of issue. I mean, you've got
Mhm.
the fucking redhead girl, um,
Mhm.
who is
Vita.
who is uber out there despite being self conscious about anything and everything. You got Rio,
Characters.
who's fucking dark to cover up cover up their own shit. And then you've
I,
got
I,
the
I, I like how she was introduced as, yeah, she's a weirdo, and she
yeah.
just like happily blushes about that, and
That's not a
she's just like,
compliment.
and yeah, they're like, don't
every
be, that's not a compliment.
every single time it's like this is something that Rio does, and then it's just like she blushes. In what way was
Not
that
a
taken as a compliment?
compliment.
I feel like she just knows what she's about.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
and then you got the drummer who's out to
Mhm. Vita.
basically try to get repay her sister's never ending debt, like
uh,
emotional debt, not physical.
I don't have a good picture of her, unfortunately, on my end, but she's
Yeah.
this character right here, chat. And this is
um
also like one of the famous Bocchi memes. We'll get to that later. Continue.
but yeah, I mean, it's an interesting kind of demographic that they've kind of pieced together. And I think that's cool. They do a good job specifically with Bocchi, kind of showing that level of issue, and how far it can go, and how they just kind of want to live their life.
Mm-hmm. Because even though here's another thing as well, like even though not all of us are as bad as Bocchi, I'm sure we've had like some of the thoughts that Bocchi's had, even if not to that degree.
Oh, of
Mm-hmm.
course. Absolutely. Everybody's going to go through life with different experiences, and even if you manage to have the same experience as somebody else, it's like you're going to tackle it with a different mindset because you are a different person. So, like it's mm, let me take an example from literally the intro on episode 1. Like Bochi's whole deal is she feels super lonely and she wants to make friends. And then she watches a TV show
Mm-hmm.
in which a band member goes, "Oh, I was lonely in high school, but I picked up an instrument and I got in a band. And then, I obtained friends that way." And then she gets it in her mind that she needs to do the same thing too. So you kind of you kind of hit like this thing that you see every now and then, especially like with social media nowadays, which is quote unquote doing things for the sole purpose of like being cool and or doing things because of celebrity influence.
I mean,
So
it,
sometimes that could be as light as I'm making this huge life-changing decision based off of somebody that I quote unquote know on the internet, or it could be as light as I saw my favorite personality play a video game. Now I want to play that video game.
Yeah.
yeah, and they definitely slightly revisit it in episode 4 with the comedic effect with the attention monster gag.
Give me attention. Rah!
The social
yeah,
media monster.
yeah, the social media monster.
She's doing the little thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
But yeah, no, it's I feel like the show did a really good job on showing some of like the hollowness that comes out of that mindset immediately, because it does the flash forward,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like, oh yeah, no, I started a YouTube channel, I have 30K followers, and then you look at her and she's alone playing her guitar in the dark in her closet.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
it's just like, ugh.
yep, it has no friends at school still.
Hmm.
Side tangent. I wonder if I mean, I guess the company's not overly around anymore. I would imagine somebody's gonna have to go after them for using Guitar Hero as as the username for Bocchi. I mean, I can't imagine any parent company is going to be happy that they're using that.
I don't think
Well,
so, because it's one
harmonics
word.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
harmonics doesn't exist.
that's but yes, but I would be curious who holds copyright because it's got to go somewhere.
They're
Uh,
also not oh, the copyright's under EA. Also they're not monetizing it in any way. Any any money that's being made off of Bochi the Rock
Mm-hmm.
is being made off of like plushies, the Ketsutsu band t-shirts, stuff like that. None of it has like the wordage Guitar Hero on it.
Fair,
yeah,
fair.
that's only
Yeah.
yeah, it's only Bocchi's online presence, which we don't really see too much of. It gets mentioned, but we
Hmm.
don't really see that in like any of the plot. It's not like really relevant,
Hmm.
or at least not majorly, I should say.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
like
EA's
her being
jerks.
Guitar Hero is relevant to the story,
Yeah,
and that gets brought up later and every now and then. But it's not like it is. You're correct. It's not something that's
yeah.
like.
It's not like dramatic reveal. It was
Mhm.
me. I was the super famous person the whole time. It's just like
Yeah,
nah.
yeah, and especially that. Literally, what you said is just like, I don't know if you got that far, but mm, what happens happens. Yeah.
Without spoilers, I did somewhat see what was coming, and and honestly, I got that vibe from the very get go. I felt from the very get go that like it was
Geckos.
that unimportant.
Mhm.
Geckos.
So, does anybody else have any thoughts that they want to talk about, or like?
Uh,
I like the one of the things that resonates with me that I know I've definitely done before was in one of the earlier episodes where she hops in the ice bath
mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
she's like, "Ah, come on, get sick. I don't want to go to work." And I was like, "Yep, me." I've absolutely faked a sickness before to not go to work.
Out of curiosity, do you think the green slime coming from her mouth was just censorship, so it wouldn't be seen as blood?
Yes, yeah, Cloverworks does that sometimes, and I
Uh,
think the manga implies that stuff too.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
remember
because
that
I know the
part.
manga came first. I just haven't read it. So, yeah, like right when she's in the ice bath, she has like the
This
I
little
guess
green slime coming out of her mouth.
or drool trail, whatever you want to call it. But
Could it have not
I
just been
don't.
snot?
it was coming from
Mm,
her mouth.
that's coming
So,
from her mouth, though.
Oh,
I mean, I guess if you're congested that badly, but she
mhm.
wasn't sick. She was trying to get sick.
Fair, fair.
Mhm.
I was busy reading text. I didn't notice that.
Now you're good. I thought for sure this would have had a dub. I thought I saw it had a dub somewhere, but
It does have a dub. It's not
it
an
might.
English dub.
Yeah, I
It
was
does
about to
not
say
need
I'm
it,
willing to. Yeah, I was
unfortunately.
about to say I bet you it's
Yeah.
not
Can,
an English dub.
can we sidestep and talk about how much Crunchyroll sucks at that? Where they'll list it as dub, and then you'll go and it's like, oh yeah, no, the dub's in Italian or Hindi or or
Uh-huh.
Spanish. It doesn't actually fucking say, oh, dub English, dub, like right at the bat. It just like you got to actually go into the fucking details and see what the dub is. It's fucking
I
dumb.
wish I would I wish I could sympathize with you, but I don't use Crunchyroll, so
Show off. Hydration for Nazis.
show off.
Hydration. All right.
Nothing to really to show off, anyways.
That's
Uh,
what she said.
no, there's no
Got
she involved, so
Oh,
unless
self-deprecation.
the Forever Alone.
Well,
Ah,
it's gotta. I got to admit, it's pretty impressive the lengths that she'll go through for social isolation.
mhm.
Like going going as far as doing a 2-hour commute to and just to go to school is wild to me.
Well, you
It's
also have
like,
to remember she's doing that to run away from her middle school dark past.
Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
Supposed
Yeah,
dark
And that's
past.
only what she perceives as a dark past. I'm pretty sure everybody, as you can tell from her interacting with her classmates, nobody like hates her at all.
Yeah,
Like, the
they
one time.
Well, no, and this might just be well. Obviously, this is me just kind of guessing, so you could call this headcanon or non-canon.
Mhm,
Uh, so take it with a grain of salt. We don't know actually like what happened. We only like a few vague mentions by Bocchi, so maybe she was considered the weirdo of the class. Not like
there
full
is a
eighth.
possibility,
Yeah,
but
yeah, not like full eighth grade syndrome, but just still considered. Oh, don't hang out with that person. They're kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean,
But again,
I
I guess
mean,
it's
there's a possibility, but the one time that I noticed when they were in school, there were two girls talking. The subject of a band they were listening to pops up. Bochi sees an opportunity to talk to them, and she stands up. It startles the two girls, and they go like, "Oh, Goto-san." I was like, "It's like, do you?" It's like, "Do you usually don't say anything?" I was like, "What's up?" And they both have a smile on their face, and they're both willing to engage her. And
yeah,
it's
but
just like then the anxiety gets the best of her. So it's like she runs away.
Mhm.
yeah, but that's at her new school though,
Correct.
not the old school.
Well,
Because
I
remember,
mean,
again, like she said, she went 2 hours away to avoid people who knew her in middle school.
Hmm.
yeah. Based on
But
information
again, I
provided, I think it's a fair assumption that the kids just left her alone and had the same general reaction, and it's only in her head that something
Hmm.
catastrophic has happened.
oh yeah, no, definitely, I'm almost 100% with you on that. But like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like it's not that bad, but because of her mental state, she made it out to be that bad.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I generally agree with Brownie. Commuting 2 hours both ways seems a little
Is
excessive one way or the
it's
other. There
insane.
wasn't there was like let's assume that the issue is something happened and she wants to be far away. You're telling me there isn't another school within a half hour? I mean,
I mean,
although I guess it is mentioned that she's kind of out in like the
yeah,
sticks,
she really
but
went out of her way to go to get
like to
as
To
go
to
make sure.
sure
yeah.
to make sure that none of her classmates who could have gone to any of the schools in the area were there. So
But I mean, to go that far, I mean that I don't know. I get I maybe
That's
it's
the extra
because
mile.
we live in or I live in a place where you can't go more than 20 minutes without hitting a school of some sort. That just kind of blows my mind. That really 2 hours you couldn't. I don't know. Maybe if it was like 1 hour away, like that would make more of a justification for me. But like you commute four
oh
hours a day.
well, you also have to remember
Mhm.
that it's Japan landscape as well.
That's
Yeah,
why I
so
clarified with
hopefully
maybe
you
it's
would think,
because
Yeah,
yeah, so hopefully you would think it's like, okay, well, even though, you know, this might be a 2-hour commute, it's like it's fairly easy due to the potential of like a bullet train available or something.
I mean, that's best case scenario. Another possibility is bus and train, which
Mhm.
but that's just guessing at that point. Really, nothing
Mhm.
concrete.
That's just speculation.
Speculation.
Um I don't remember how to pronounce it. I remember there was that one instance where they were at Starry
Mm-hmm.
at the club, and what was it? They were having a conversation, and they were talking about their recent performance, and it was just like, wow, you were not good. And she's like, why? It's like, I'm really good at guitar. And it's just like, because you just don't know how to play with other people. You've only played by yourself. You don't know how to like sync up and vibe with other people. And it's funny seeing her like anxiety kind of leak from her social life to even her band life, where it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
you need to learn how to like do things with other people.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
That being said, I also the for the contradiction part of that is like all of a sudden when she snaps into to herself, she's able to pick up the band and force them to keep up with her versus the other way
Mhm.
around.
I mean, the mental state really does affect how you do things. There's plenty of speedrunners and gamers out there who do great behind closed doors, but the moment you give them an audience,
Mm-hmm.
it goes
Mm-hmm.
downhill.
Fair, fair.
True, true.
Boop,
Uh,
boop, boop.
so, what did you think about the art style? Because I know one of the things that people not like really like focus on, but mention is like the different art styles between the manga and the anime. And I'm not asking for a comparison. I'm just wondering how you think of the art style of the anime.
I mean, I like the animation.
What
I
do you
thought the
think of
art
the art
style
style?
was just kind of general anime. Like I didn't
Yeah, I
say
don't
that
I
they
don't
were.
feel too heavily as well. I the line art is fine.
Mhm.
I think the character design proportions are good. Um it has a it has a relatively like bright color scheme whenever you're outside of the club, and then even when you go inside of the club, um it can be dark every now and then, and it kind of like sets this like enclosed tone into it, but a lot of the times the lights are just on, and it's kind of they're kind of like focusing you on certain areas, but I
Areas
think
and
that's
characters,
getting
yeah.
I think that's getting more into like cinematography than it is art. Um yeah, no, it's solid, honestly. Forgive me. I'm not. This is more of a question for Rabbit. She's a little bit more of an art snob than I am, so like I don't know how
Well,
to like
well, no, you're
articulate like me looking at a picture and be like, picture good. I like
Picture
it.
good. Why picture
oh,
good?
But why
oh
picture
no,
good? I was like,
no,
I don't
I
know.
don't expect or even need you guys to go that in depth with it. I'm just curious, just because some people just really don't like the. Well, I don't think falls underneath that category. Although I'm sure there's someone out there who could make the argument that it does, like the
Hmm.
Moe Blob art style adaptation for like characters,
That's what
especially
you
when they're
mean.
coming from like a manga or something into it. Because then they're like,
Hmm.
oh, the manga or light novel or something lost its charm going to this one. And then some people will obviously make the argument on the other side, oh, no, I prefer this one more.
Nugget says that she loves that they decided to try out different art styles within the show for the funny bits. Mode to
That's
me
very
has
true.
always been my favorite because, cute girls. And we all know on record that Nugget loves the girlies. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
She said it herself. Her ass is reserved for the
It's
girlies.
true. It's true. Her ass is reserved for the girlies. But
So,
yeah, I mean, I
oh, no,
yep.
no, I was just gonna ask a question. You do your statement first.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I mean, I generally think that I mean, it's really well done. But generally speaking, I think that I hate to just say it's anime style like that. I know that's not the thing, but it's just like
It's like oversimplifying.
yeah, like it's oversimplified. It's good, but what gets me is that the movement is smooth, the animation is smooth. Like if you take a still frame of the if you take a still frame, like oh cool, that's just anime, like good. The line work is what I would expect from a good anime, like an anime drawing, uh, or manga drawing. Uh, but when it comes to the animation, then it's smooth, it's good, it's there isn't like a stutter there with motion or there a misalignment or anything like that. And of course I haven't watched it in a dub form yet. Hopefully it will get an American dub one because then I can really take in all the little details of the stuff. Um,
yeah.
but I mean, there's no mouth sync up issues, which would be expected in a standard sub, or standard in its standard anime form, and I think that's very good. And then yeah, as Nugget is saying over there, and the wings here, um, that there it looks like as far as I mean as far as I can tell as well, the instruments are being played correctly, which is in itself difficult to
That is
do.
true, yeah.
But in art form, I would imagine is also, or animation form would be difficult. I mean, I of course am not. I am many years out of date in from my instrument playing days. In fact, I so far out of date that I'm not even convinced that I'd be able to pick up an instrument and play anymore. Um, but it seemed correct. The notes would be correct in that instance, and I think that's really impressive.
I'll trust you and Cream on that because the only instrument I have any experience with is wind instrument, which clearly wouldn't fit the type of instruments they're
Game of
doing.
Rock.
I mean, I don't know. I think bagpipes are really cool ways to get into the rock bands. Like I think they cover real well.
Nah, man.
There's a few ACDC songs that have
Yeah, like yeah,
bagpipes in there.
No, man. We need that guy with the saxophone to get in the rock band. You know the guy.
Uh-huh.
oh, the other wind instrument. Got
Uh-huh.
That solo is still really good.
Oh man.
Uh, but yeah, no. What I was gonna say, I like one of the things that's interesting to me is that like clearly all the characters have very standout hair. But Bocchi has the
Color
pink
coded.
hair.
hmm
Well, no, just I'm saying the Bocchi has the pink hair. I don't remember her name. She has the blonde hair, and then we have the
Mijiko.
blue. Rio has the blue, and
hmm
then we have the red.
Yeah,
I like
Kyo.
how they're like they are like standout colors, but they don't feel like they super stand out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like Yugi's hair from Yu-Gi-Oh. Just
Yeah.
like you see that and you're just like, what the fuck happened to your hair? Look at everyone else's hair in this
Yeah.
place. You are clear.
Each one has main character hair color,
Yeah, but
but
it doesn't
definitely
feel
not like
overpowering.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely not like a Yugi haircut, like or hair coloring. Like you're not gonna get that.
yeah, like
Or
yeah. That's kind of what I like about the art styles. Like they definitely do pop out, but they don't feel like oh, you stand out so much you can't be anything but the main character. But they don't fade into the background. So I kind of like that balance, at least in my opinion.
Mhm.
All right, all right. I see where you're going.
All right, I have a question. If you had to
Okay.
choose a if you had to choose either a character or a combination of characters to make up who you think you are, who or how you perceive yourself, which characters would you choose?
A character or a combination of characters.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh, I think for me, I would go for Bocchi and Rio.
Okay. All right.
Uh, because like I do emphasize like with having like I'm overthinking situations and I do get lonely unfortunately
Mm-hmm.
quite frequently. But I also am like Rio in that like yeah no I sometimes I just choose to be lonely and I enjoy it. It's that fine line of I chose this path, but sometimes sometimes I just get a hint of yeah I want to be around other people.
Fair. Fair. Fair.
Yeah, I was probably gonna go with like Kita and Rio, where it's just like I do have like that paradoxical combination of, man, I do really enjoy being around other people, but there are plenty of times where it's just like, man, I really just want to do my own thing.
Yeah. I.
Like I have Rio's kind of like, I'll do what I need to do in order to like go through my day. And it's like, if that means that like I have no groceries, it's like I'll just chomp on a untoasted piece of wheat bread and be like, I guess this is my lunch. All right,
Mm,
whatever.
plants.
Sure. It's she
Grass.
eating weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like if that's my life, then that's my life. It's like that's how it be. And then it's like, but I do feel like I have like that Kita, like not like the true Kita aura, but it's like my years in customer service have gotten me to be like, I do like talking to people. I do like communicating with others. And even if it's somebody that I don't know and I'm like at the register or something like that, I'm still willing to be like, kind of like,
How
what's
the
the term I'm
Mets.
looking for? Leave my problems at the door kind of deal.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
if I'm ever at my job, I'm never gonna bring like the difficulties of my life into my workspace. So like if you talk to me at work, I was like, I'm generally going to be like, I'll either genuinely be happy, or if I'm not like that in a great of a mood, I know how to like grit my teeth and be like, hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing all right. Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
So yeah.
I would say that I am also on those two as well. With my spurts of the blonde one every once in a
Mhm.
while. Who I cannot remember the fucking name of.
It's a
Despite the
Nietzsche
fact that it
it's
is
all good.
legitimately written next to the picture on my picture here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
fine.
mean, we know Bocchi just because she's the main character.
Yeah, that's a very memorable name. Yeah.
I don't remember her full name, but I do remember Nietzsche, the
Ichi.
blonde,
Hmm.
and only because of other reasons I remember Rio.
Hmm.
It's just the red one I didn't know, and then after Brownie said Kita a couple times, I paid attention to her arm, and I was just like, oh look, it says Kita right there.
Yeah, it's a theme going in the series where it's the Kita aura, where whenever she does something like extroverted, like Bocchi feels like overpowered by this like aura and vibe that she gives off that's very quote unquote extrovert and she can't handle it. So that's the reason why I remember a name. It gets to the point where sometimes they do address each other personally,
Mhm.
but not all the time. Usually, when you hang out with friends, you can kind of get this feeling of, oh, I'll just project my voice out into the universe and somebody's going to answer me. It doesn't need to be somebody in specific.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, like if you are referring to somebody within your friend group, it is kind of easy, especially if you're literally sitting at a round table, to just kind of look at the person you're trying to refer to and then just start talking.
But yeah.
So there are instances where the characters just don't say each other's names.
Oh yeah. I mean, generally speaking, how often are you in real life just like saying the name of the person you're talking to every time?
Because even with us in like chat right here, it's like we'll say each other's names sometimes,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
like when I really need to address someone in particular. But a lot of the times it's just like, oh, this is just whoever's in earshot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a general ask to the ether versus
Mhm,
specifically
mhm.
asking that person. You know,
So I guess I'll just I have I forgot what the main question is. I just figured I'd ask you because obviously it not having an English dub gave you some problems, Phoenix.
Mhm.
How far did you get?
Oh, I finished it.
Oh, you finished it.
Yeah,
You watched the whole thing. I don't remember
All right,
yeah, yeah. No, I finished it.
that's good for you.
that.
I'm well. Well, since we're coming up to an hour anyway, and I'll still ask, but I'm pretty sure I know what your answer is, Phoenix. But I'll still ask again. I know what Brownie's answer is. On
Mhm.
our scale of like bite, nibble, or pass, what would you guys give it?
I'm gonna have to give it a strong.
Uh,
I'm gonna have to give it a strong nibble. No, I recently found out there's a movie or the soon to be a movie, something along those lines. So I'm
Something's planned, I
yeah,
believe.
something's planned. So I'm excited about it. So
Mhm.
big old chomp.
I don't think it'll get like the K-On treatment where like they kept doing it for the anime as long as they could, and then they made a movie, and then the manga went on for a while. I don't think it'll get that treatment, but I still think it'll go on for a little bit.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. Who knows? Honestly, the show produced some pretty good memes, so I can honestly see it getting enough popularity for them to just be like, yeah, we'll we'll keep. We're gonna do this core of anime, and then we're gonna do a movie, and then
yeah,
Decent, then we'll do a second
box
season.
office numbers, then yeah, we'll do part two of the anime, and then that money gets funneled into the studio to be like, well, yeah, well, we'll keep doing the manga, even if it's like they have like a planned ending of the manga. It'll just be like, okay, well, we definitely have more.
yeah.
Oh,
More
excuse me, a
content
little
to
more
pull from.
cushioning. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little more cushioning our pockets so we can do etc. etc.
And so for you, Brownie, what's your score?
A good bite, honestly. I don't know if I want to do like chomp, even though I did consume all of the anime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to go as far as to be like, oh, I'm going to go read the manga or anything like that because I haven't.
Well, this is more for the anime anyway, rather than the manga.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is kind of unrateable due to the fact that I've already consumed the anime. So it's
Only
like, yeah,
bonely.
Well,
you already know, kind of. It's like I've already watched it.
I mean,
I can't.
it's mainly for others who haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what you mean. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
got you. I thought it was like a more personal. Yeah,
I mean,
no,
and it's a little bit of both because, like, that's kind of why we're only doing the 4 episodes. It's both for new stuff and to promote old stuff for people who haven't seen it, or just because we like it
Mm-hmm.
or
Okay, okay.
dislike it. I'm sure some of us might bring up something we didn't like just for other people to be like, yeah, no, I kind of agree with you. It's not that good. But anyways, continue.
Okay. No, I definitely see where you're coming from. Okay. Yeah, I recommend consuming the entirety of Bocchi.
Yeah.
If you find yourself enjoying kind of slice of life anime,
Mm-hmm.
this one is a really good one.
Yeah.
If you are a passing fan, even a passing fan of slice of life or cute girls doing cute things, Bocchi the Rock nails a lot of subjects. So like if you get four like well put together characters.
Mm-hmm.
You get a decent environment of them bouncing between like their home life, their school life, and their band life. Um, and at no point do you really feel like kind of like overwhelmed in the, oh well, they're taking too long to do this, they're taking they're blazing through this. It's like you do get to see the other girls, and collectively all of them act like fools, but mostly Bochi as the main character be like, okay, well, here you need to deal with this complex. You need to deal with how stardom is going to affect you. You need to deal with um for the lack of a better term, you have to deal with your anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And now you don't have to deal with it alone. You have friends by you to help you
Friends
along
by
your
you.
path.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna wait till you were done earlier, but yeah, I know from like a character point of view, you are correct. They all four of them are put together, but from like an individual, like person to person point of view, I would say three of them are put together.
Oh god.
I would only say two.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah. The fact that one of them is like, yeah, I'm gonna eat weeds for a week because I don't have money, would signify that though it is a chill mood, and definitely do what you need to survive, probably does not bode well financially for them.
Yeah,
So some might say that that's a general problem.
probably.
uh,
For me, I would definitely give the series a bite. Uh, Again, not as enthusiastic as Phoenix. I do enjoy it. I do really like the memes that have and probably will come out of it if they continue to make more of it.
Mhm.
Uh, but I am the series did spark my interest. I am probably at some point going to try and read the manga, but I also keep in mind that some of the gags from the anime aren't in the manga because it's more uh not
they gotta be
exactly cute girls
animated.
doing cute things, but it's yeah, it's definitely more calm vibe, I guess you could say, rather
Yeah.
than like,
Mhm.
"Hi, look at this."
Uh,
But yeah, definitely a bite.
Nugget over
Alright,
here is
nice.
saying that she would it would be a nibble for her and that we should not get her wrong, but it's not something I'm going to like chomp at the bit to watch. So like uh correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she is saying that if it is on, she will watch it. Otherwise, she's not going to go out of her way to like say it was good enough to like find it. I could be wrong though. That
Uh,
was my
I
assumption
can't.
on based on what I read.
Yeah, yeah. That's why. Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything because I didn't want to make an assumption for her while she's not here to defend herself.
I'm gonna make the assumption. I'm gonna do it, chat. I'm gonna do it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. No, I'll never do that. I'm a firm believer in that old adage. Uh, Making an assumption is making an ass out of you and me.
Mhm.
Let's see. My username is from Bleach, but I had to add the M and take out the Y. Hira,
I don't remember every Bleach
Hira,
character, so
Hira.
What's going on? What bleach
I'm trying.
character?
yeah.
I'm
No,
trying to.
he's reading his
Yeah,
chat.
I'm trying to
Read his
remember, but also try to read. Hiri, Harima,
reading the dragon's kryptonite.
I just want my letters to stay still, chat. Is that so hard to ask?
Apparently,
Hiriori. I got it. I got there.
he, Hiri.
Yeah.
Don't you mean Hiyori?
Okay, I got close there. My English was correct, my Japanese was not.
Head pass for the dragon, everybody. He did his best.
Yeah. I do my best.
I'd, I'd post it in your server, but I don't have access to that emote.
Server dial. No. Puggies.
Anyways,
Puggies.
so
Boop.
so there so yeah, no. Now that we're done with that, what are the plans for the upcoming weeks for you two?
All right. So, upcoming choice is, I believe, what did I pick earlier? Demon Lord
I think you
retry.
pick. Here you go.
So it should be fun. I haven't watched it yet. It's been on my watch list because I like trash isekai crap, It is indeed.
I think that one's a comedy.
It probably is.
Whew.
Most of those things are. It was really a tie between this and Corpse Princess. But then I wasn't sure.
I'm
I
not your
I'm
know.
familiar with
princess.
that one.
Hold on. It has. It's. Hold on. Let me crunch you.
I know, like
Let me get the
Chika, the
actual full
Coffin
name here.
Princess.
Like
Let me get
Coffin
the.
Princess?
Hold on, let me get the name. Give me a sec.
No, I was asking Brownie, not you.
Oh.
Yeah, like Chika, the Coffin Princess. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I'm
familiar.
pretty sure Corpse Princess is a separate thing, Brownie.
No, okay,
Yeah, maybe. Potentially.
but like
Where's my-
maybe
where's-
that's what he was referring to.
Could be. Could be. Who
Yeah.
knows with the dragon brain? Could be anything.
I mean, also the
Uh,
other reason why I don't think he's talking about the Coffin Princess is because that one, it's well by the Zoomer standards, it's old.
Mm.
Rude.
And well, no, I'm just saying because like most of the other people in the group, that's you, Brownie, and Cream, are focusing on newer anime, which I'm okay with, and I would do so as well. But for me, like a lot of the older anime comes to mind first.
it
So
is Corpse
Okay.
Princess Shika Bane Hima. But I wasn't sure because it has
I'm
the
gonna
Maybe
horror.
maybe we were right. Maybe.
let me Google this on the side real quick.
I put
Copy paste this
I put it in
into
the
your?
Discord. Just so you guys wouldn't have to translate what the hell I was trying to say.
All right, let's
But-
take a look at his.
But that was the other one that you almost chose, correct?
Yeah, that was the other one. The almost shows that one.
Literally Corpse Princess. Crunchyroll 4.3 out of 5. Turd.
It is an older one, surprisingly, but it is not Coffin
still
Princess
checks
like you
out.
were thinking.
26 episodes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was a little
Well, any
concerned
anime checks out.
picking it because
Audio
it had
generated
the
image.
it had the violence in there, and I couldn't remember what Nugget's threshold was when it came to supernatural horror.
Violence, supernatural horror, and sexualized imagery.
Oh well, yeah,
Oh.
but
I mean, as
you
long
know.
as there's no like jump scares, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, so I figured
But that's
I
just
would pass that at some point to Nugget, and then she would let me know, and then that would be my next pick. But in the meantime, I figured we'd do something dumb and stupid because that's what I like to watch, generally. And it
All right.
was what the fuck did I just say? Demon Lord Retry.
Yeah. Retry. Yep.
Retry.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for that one. That one should be interesting. I've got a couple stacked up for the future, my future go rounds. So I'm excited to see what you guys think. Probably within the next
Okay.
two, I'm gonna have a short form one, which will be a lot of
And are you streaming it all during the week, Dragon?
fun. I will hopefully be streaming during the week. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping to keep
Very
to my
nice, very
standard
nice.
schedule. Yeah, yeah. How about you? Are you gonna stream?
Well, let's ask Brownie first.
Oh, Brownie, we're
Am I
apparently
gonna
asking.
stream?
We're
Yeah.
apparently asking you.
I'm
Are
gonna
you
do
gonna
my
stream?
best to like. I'm gonna do my best. As I mentioned before, it's gonna be. It's kind of my New Year's
Gosh.
resolution to try to be more of an active content creator.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna do what I can to stream a little bit more. I don't think I can ever stick to a schedule, unfortunately. It's just due to the chaotic nature that is my work. I I'm just not going to be able to be like, oh, I can stream every single Wednesday. No, there's no way. Um, though I will be present for Anibites every single week because I do have Sundays off. And by extension, you can catch Top Text every 2 weeks. So you can tune in for that stuff. I am going to give it the old college try to do my my YouTube channel.
Mhm.
I know Sleepy's familiar with it, but I really want to. I really just want like a platform for where I can gush about light novels that I read,
Fair.
and I don't feel like I can do that in a healthy environment, because anytime I join a Discord server where people are like, "Oh, we're talking about XYZ light novel," everybody talks about spoilers. Everybody's
Yeah.
always talking about the most recent book or how the most recent book ended. And it's just like, okay, well, I don't need to know, you know, Snape killed
That
Dumbledore. I got into book
What?
one.
He what?
So it's like, it's, I feel like,
pretty old meme.
I have a,
It checks
exactly,
out.
but it's very fitting,
No,
where
I'm
it's
not.
just like, I'm gonna,
No, I'm just amused that you pulled out that old meme. That's all.
it is ancient, but
It's an
it checks
old
out, yeah.
meme, but it still checks out.
But it's,
What was the origin of that one? It's an old code, but it's
Oh,
still, is that
Star Wars. Star Wars. Yeah, the rebels steal
Okay, okay.
the shield passing or the shield deactivation code, and it's like,
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah,
in the third movie, yeah,
yeah,
or sixth if you want to
six,
like
yeah,
In episode 6
episode 6, third movie. There you go.
yeah.
of the yeah.
Because that's not confusing at
what a
all.
fun naming convention
Yo,
they went
there's
for.
there's
Oh,
this
fantastic.
weird theory that if or a weird watch pattern for Star. We're going completely off the rail here.
Oh
There's
no,
a
you're good
weird
too.
watch pattern where you're supposed to watch like episode 1 and 2, then you're supposed to watch 5 and 6 because they're flat as flashbacks. Then you're supposed to watch episode 3 uh to return you to the timeline. Then episode I think 4, yeah, episode
Uh,
4, and then Rogue One, and so on and so forth. And it's like
And
that.
so on
Why?
and so forth. Oh, weird.
Who figured who sits around and tries to tries to justify the timeline? And I like it
y-
because I just
you know what?
accepted it.
I'm simple. Just watch it in one of two orders: numerical or the release order. That's all I
Okay.
care about. If you want to do it the other way to have fun, go ahead. I'm not gonna tell you to not have fun. uh, but anyways, as for my schedule, unfortunately, I'm in a almost worse situation with Brenny in that I can't stream as much. I usually try and stream every other weekend on Saturdays.
Mhm, mhm.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, I might not even make it to this upcoming week's Anibites because I will actually be out of town.
Nerd
So,
Hmm.
having a life and
What are you up
shit.
to?
how does having a life make me a nerd? If anything, it implies the opposite.
No, nerd. I reject your use of obvious language and replace it with how I want to use it.
That wouldn't be obvious language. That'd just be cold hard facts, my guy.
I stand
From
by my
society.
obvious language. Obvious language would imply facts, would it not?
You know what? No, just you stick with the
Now who's
MythBusters
doing
quote.
it?
I
Now who's
reject
doing it?
reality and substitute my own. Yeah, but mine was intentional, bitch.
Mine was too. It just was misguided. All right. Well, with all of that being said, we are at our hour mark, a little over. Do we have any closing remarks here before we sign off? And I go get something to eat to then stream in a little bit.
You know what? I'm just gonna. I don't care if they catch me on record saying this. I'm still gonna say it. I'm gonna post what I want to do
Clip
next
it,
for my
clip it,
next
clip it.
turn in the cycle, just so you can tell me if it has a dub or not beforehand.
Okay, I can type this in real easy.
Yeah.
Unless, on the very rare chance, you ask something that is not on a normal streaming service, we'll also let you know.
I mean, it shouldn't not be,
Mhm.
but you know, legal things, legal jargon and reasons are weird.
Mhm.
That's why you can't buy anything other than the first 2 seasons of a regular show.
Yeah,
Fair, fair.
because it's like there There are two main ways to watch anime, and like four or five total ways to watch anime. So
Yeah.
the two main ways are Crunchyroll and High Dive.
Mm-hmm.
The three other ones are Netflix,
Mhm.
Hulu, and
Mhm.
Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
They do have exclusive anime. Not a
Yes.
lot, but they do.
There's also a sixth way, but it requires a hat and an eye patch.
Oh. Okay, well, that's what I'm saying.
No,
There's a legal
there's,
way to show
there-
that you're supporting the show.
there's 5 legal ways.
There are 5 legal ways.
Mhm.
As
Mhm.
far as I'm aware, I'm sure somebody in chat can be like, "Oh, there's actually one on HBO." I was like, "Okay, sure."
And there's also probably someone out there who's be like, "Oh, we use this in my country, and it's completely illegal."
Yeah, well, if you're over there in Europe or Asia, and I was like, "I watch it on Bilibili," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, well, fortunately or unfortunately, this podcast takes place in North America,
That's
and
right.
those 5 websites are what we typically use. If you try to be like, oh, my anime for this week is going to be Love Hina, I was like, unfortunately, Ken Akamatsu is a huge weirdo, and he doesn't give the license for that stuff to anybody. So there's there's zero legal way to watch the show. So there's always a chance.
I mean, there's the legal way of like I bought it in the past legal way.
Yeah, but if you go to Best Buy or if you
They don't
go
sell
to
movies anymore.
yeah, there's no way. Yeah. Maybe if you go on Amazon, but that would be like a third party seller. You're giving money to like a guy, not like
I mean, they're
a
allowed to
studio.
resell it. I
Yeah,
mean,
you're not
they paid
wrong.
for it. They paid for it. They can do what they want. But this
Yeah.
is going very off the rails now.
Yeah. Like I said, it's anyway. Go for it.
Nah, just I guess I'm just gonna ask the question: is anyone going to stream after this?
I am going to get something to
Oh,
eat,
immediately.
and I am probably going to stream in about 30-ish minutes.
Okay.
Potentially. I haven't decided where my night is going yet. The plan is to stream again, but I need food.
I mean, hopefully to the castle, so he doesn't bother you because you're a dragon.
It's true. I don't live in a castle though. I live in caves, like a real.
That's
dragon.
why he's going to the castle because he does, so he won't bother you because you don't live there.
Oh, fair.
Besides, you already have enough to worry about with those villagers, man.
Yeah, they're about to get eated.
Da village.
I'm gonna have them.
Why did you move next to a village? Like, couldn't you have just been somewhere by yourself?
I was just trying. I was just trying to be a friendly dragon, and they've just been mean. So now I've been eating their sheeps.
I think they were mean because you've been eating their sheep.
Oh, I didn't start eating their sheep until they were mean to dragon.
I don't know. The food poisoning and the rocks had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, it's true. And it's those villagers. I think they were also mad because I kept taking my mods from there, and we all know that dragon collects mods.
I personally think they were mad because of the stink.
I think that came from the fact that you live next door to me.
I don't live next door to you. I live in a mausoleum, which means I live in the ground.
Oh, I mean, there's a huge pit that I keep you in. I just assumed you developed that.
Too.
Yeah, I just assumed. No, France has his own pit. I didn't want you guys
Exactly.
commingling.
And you also have a bunny, so she has to have a pit because bunnies dig
She
underground.
has a burrow. There's a difference.
Still kind of a pit.
It's still kind of a pit, but yours is like the pit from like Sparta, like from 300, where like at the bottom that's where you live.
No, mine's more like the library in Indiana Jones. There's a top part, and then there's just an entrance that goes to catacombs.
Fine.
Anyways, before we get any more off the rails than we are.
All right, so we're going to end it there. This has been Anibites, the anime podcast. We have just recovered Bocchi the Rock, and we'd like to thank you
Not
for joining us.
hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag use code Hydra for your 10% off your next order of Gamer Subs.
Yeah, chat. Buy that Gamer Subs.
Yeah.
You get to make yourself a 5-gallon container of Gamer Subs. Drink it all within 2 weeks. That's the kind of Chad we want you to be.
I like how I plug other streamers' Gamer Subs codes. This model
Alright,
is
Chad.
so fucked up. Every time I look away, it looks like my character is just high as fuck. Like, hey,
I mean, aren't you?
No. This is
Anyways,
me sober. Can you believe it?
okay, I'm gonna definitely end things on my side.
All right.
So 1 moment.
Let's take a look. Who can we raid out to? Let's see here. It would be funny to raid out to Sleepy, but that seems like a waste of a raid. Hydration time for Lexies! Hydration time! Ah! Hydration. All right. We are going to raid out to. Oh, let's raid out to the durable cans. We enjoy the durable cans. He's an affiliate now, so make sure you still go on over there and show support. We like our affiliate friends. We actually like normal people as well. You should just hamster mode gamer subs like Jetter does. We should be concerned about Jetter. He's gonna show up with like the biggest case of diabetes because he just like we should be concerned about him. All right. Anyway, stick around for the raid. It's additional 250 channel points. Helps me out, helps them out. We're all about helping out other streamers here, and we enjoy that type of shit. So, you make sure that you have a wonderful day and or night wherever you may or may not be. And, if it can be a good day, make it a statistically average day. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Our standard raid message is Dwagon Raid. And you can probably find me back on stream in about that's why I said like the he's gonna end up being like the diabetics. I don't know, some sort of like vitamin C overdose or some shit. I don't know, Knoxville's. Work with me here. You knew what I meant. All right. Caffeine overdose. There. He's going to overdose on the caffeines. Going to have like permanent, I don't know, adrenal issues. Anyway. Wagon Raid. Everyone have a wonderful day and or night wherever you may be. Do not boop the dragon. The dragon does not wish to be booped. Make sure you boop the can. Bye, chat. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da.